not posted a video in quite some time. Part of that is because it has been raining a lot. Another part of that is because it was finals week in school and I had a bunch of tests take this season, so I had to study and do those. So I have not been around as much the past couple weeks. We haven't really been doing much anyway, just because I have not been here and just because it's been raining so much. So we've kind of been at a standstill. Anyway, so let me explain to you what I'm doing. I'm doing something called disking, and what that entails is it's the second step of what we call conventional tilling. And what conventional tilling is three-step process. You plow, you disc, and then you use what is I call a finish tool. I'm sure there's a better name for it, but I've called it a finish tool my whole life. I'm about to go through a wet spot, hold on. So that's what I call it, the finish tool. And yeah, we're going to be using that, that I'm disking during the second step. As you can see, it's super bouncy in here. So I'm plowing what used to be a hayfield. I don't know if you can see out this window, there's still a little bit of a hayfield here. We're plowing this up to be our corn maze, and sorry, hold on one second. So we are, we plowed this up, and whenever you plow up ground, you like pick it up and like fold it over itself. So the hay actually went into the ground, and we kill it off before we do that, just so it doesn't grow back. And some of it will, but we'll just kill it off with the weeds. And also, whenever, there's a couple different kinds of plowing. We use what is called a moldboard plow, because whenever you use a moldboard plow, that's what picks up the dirt and flips it over on itself. There's another one called a chisel plow, which a lot of people use instead because it fractures the ground. They have like big spikes on them, and it fractures the ground and kind of makes these like little valleys, and it does a really good job. But for this case, we moldboard plowed it, so it's super bumpy. I'm about to go through the wet spot. Hold on. Like I said, it's been raining a lot, so there's still some wet spots in the fields. But we moldboard plowed this, so it's really bumpy. And then the next step is the disc. The disc doesn't change much. It's just a bunch of discs that spin in the dirt and kind of break up those big clumps that you flipped over with the chisel plow. So it just kind of makes it smoother. And then the third and final step is the finish tool, and it kind of finishes it all out. It makes the ground really smooth and really level. That way, whenever you bring your planter in, there's not really much mess up in the dirt. It's really easy to just drive through and plant. So that is what we are doing in this field this year, because it was a hay field. And the other thing is called the one-pass tool, and I am going to be out in the one-pass tool later this evening, I think with Nate. And we're going to be doing our bean ground, because we're going to try to plant beans here tomorrow. Oh gosh. I hit the wrong button. Pull that up. So yeah, we're going to be out in the one pass tool, and that's called the accelerator. And it is just something you take into the field and you do one pass, and it kind of breaks up the top of the soil, like the top 3 inches is pretty much what it breaks up. And whenever you're breaking that up, it just kind of loosens the soil up and makes it pretty easy to plant. And then it has on the back of it rolling baskets, and those rolling baskets pick up the dirt and roll them around, like the top of the dirt, and roll them around and put it back on the ground, and it's a lot smoother and leveler because it kind of breaks up those big clumps that you get. Whereas conventional tilling, you have 3 steps to get that nice smooth finish. I will admit, the one-pass tool is awesome because it's only one pass through the field, but I do think that doing conventional tilling looks better and it is easier to plant in the end. But with newer planters, and we just got a new planter last year, with newer planters it's really easy to just plant through stuff because they're all no-till planters. And I'll explain more about no-till planters whenever planting comes around. Planters are very complicated. And yeah, I don't even know what else to say about them other than that. Whenever you're able to see the planter, it'll be way easier to see and explain and point at things and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to come back later with the accelerator if we can get out tonight, and I'll talk to you guys then. And we are using our accelerator. Here's our accelerator. As you can see, these roll through the dirt. These are the star wheels. These also go through the dirt and kind of rip it up. And then this is one of those rolling baskets I was telling you about that kind of picks up the dirt and like crumbles it up and throws it back on the ground. So that's what this is. That's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna take some video of it. Right now, Nate is adjusting the depth. So one of the cool things of this, so as you can see the ground here, we've already kind of done a test pass and you can see it hasn't really broken up the ground very much. So Nate's actually pushing it this way to make it deeper. It's really stiff. It's the first time using it this year. So that is what we're doing. We're making this deeper as Nate's attempting really hard to get it to move little by little. So I will take some more videos so you guys can see what it looks like doing its work. If you look at the rest of this field, you can see it's kind of a yellowish green. That yellowish green is rye. We have killed off the rye and that is why it is turning yellow. We used the rye as a cover crop this year, and the cover crop was to help keep the soil from eroding away and keep the soil from washing and making big washouts, and it did its job. So we killed it off pretty early, and now we're gonna run through and accelerate it and then plant beans here. So that's our plan. This is about, this side's 45 acres, Nate?
60.
This side's 60?
Oh, this side's 45.
Yeah, 45. This side that we're doing right now is 45 acres, and that's all going to beans. And yeah, so I'm gonna record some of this doing its thing. You can see the lime on the ground. The manure. Okay everyone, so we're testing the soil now so you can see the depth, to see how deep that it goes into the soil, to see if it rips it up enough, and see if it leaves a good enough track. So that's what they're doing right now. Let's go see if there's a verdict. So you guys already know Nate, but you can meet my dad now. Here he is.
Hi, it's good to meet you.
This is Joe. So what is the verdict on the dirt?
Might be a little wet. I think it's our problem.
Yep.
A little too wet.
It sticks together too much.
So you want to be able to crumble it in your hands, and if you can't crumble it in your hand, then it's probably too wet.
Not make a snowball.
Yep.
So I think that's the issue.